Morning, everybody. It's Saturday morning, about 7 o'clock. We're gonna give it a dangle today. We're gonna go to a couple different spots. First spot I just found, never been here before. It's a little lake. I don't really know what's in here. We're gonna throw out a few different things, maybe see what we can hook into. I'm not really fishing for anything in particular. Let me spin you around, you can see what I'm working with here. So it's a nice little hidden gem. I'm hoping there'll be maybe some crappie, some bass. You know, like I said in the last video, I'm gonna start fishing for things I've never really fished before. Mainly a cat fisherman most of my life. But we're gonna see what we can get into today. This is gonna be the first spot we go, and today I'm going to be using, so we got a couple of bait casters. We got the Lew's Xfinity, we got the Edward Garcia Black Max here, you know, pretty cheap equipment. And then I got this spinning rod, the Lew's Mach 1. Rigged up with a Guggen jig here, a weighted bobber. I got some night crawlers. We might throw a night crawler on there, see what'll bite. We got a wacky rig rigged up on this one, and this one's just a swim bait. Most of the baits I'm going to be using is Guggen baits. We've got quite a few different things here. We got some other miscellaneous deals in here too that we'll be using. So we'll get walking down the trail here in a second and see what we can get into. Oh, I also did bring a couple of catfish rods. So I'm a big fan of the Tangling with Catfish monster rods. Very good rods for targeting the bigger catfish. The one I have rigged up with an Alios. Yeah, it's a PC Fun Alios 400, I believe it is. And then I got a smaller one from like Channel Cats on an old Catfish Commando Edward Garcia rod, but that's the Alios 300. And then most of my other catfish rods have the Catmax reels on. I'm a big bait caster guy when it comes to the bigger catfish rods. I'm still trying to figure out these smaller bait casters. I'm sure you'll see several backlashes. I'm not used to throwing such light baits. Again, I'm used to fishing for bigger catfish. So, alright, I'm gonna get all my gear gathered up. We're gonna walk down the trail, find this little spot, and give it a dangle. Alright, we're gonna start off with the Lew's Xfinity with a swim bait on it. I'm gonna check it out there a few times and see if anything bites. Like I was saying before, this whole bass fishing or crappie fishing or anything like that is new to me. So feel free to give me any pointers, baits I should be using, how to fish those baits, you know, things of that nature. I don't know what's in this lake, if anything. There's a sign up front that tells you limits for crappie and catfish and all that stuff, so I'm assuming that this lake is stocked. It's a pretty decent lake. Kind of sucks that you're not allowed to put like a little kayak or something in here, but it does look like you can access all the way around the bank. You just gotta do a little walking. So, which not a big deal. Well, I already got a snag. And from the looks of it over there, somebody lost a bobber and a bunch of line in that tree. I'm going to attempt not to do that. So I'll flick this out a few times. If I don't get any bites on it, then I'll probably throw a worm on my crappie jig and toss it out there and see if anything wants to bite on that. If I catch anything, we might possibly do a catch and cook. Hopefully you guys can see. I got the GoPro on the chest mount. I need to get a tripod. I don't have a tripod. It would make it a little easier. I could set the tripod up behind me, but for now we'll just have to make do with what we got. So far nothing on that, so we'll scoot down just a little bit, go over here and toss her out. I'm not really sure what kind of structure is in this little pond or lake or whatever you want to call it. See a lot of sticks and stuff on the bottom. I'm gonna have to be careful not to get snagged up in those. I do know that these fish like structure. I'm not seeing a large amount of structure near the bank. Maybe a little bit down on that other corner. We might have to walk down there here in a little bit and see what we can find. Hopefully that sun's not glaring too much in the shot. I might go back to the truck, get one of my catfish poles and throw one of them out. I brought some night crawlers. I do believe I have some chicken breast soaked in rather Jello or Kool-Aid, I don't remember. It's stuff I made up last year and threw in the freezer. I think there might be some store-bought dehydrated shad or whatever it is. I don't know. We'll have to take a look at it and see what I got in my little bag of bait that I brought. I wasn't for sure if there'd be catfish in this lake or not, or what was in this lake, but I actually found it on the Onyx app. It's a little bit far away from where I live, but not really any further than anything else. So we'll fish this for a little while. Let's see if we can catch anything. And the river isn't far from here. There's a couple spots that I've fished in the past. I've usually done pretty good catching, catfish, bluegills, The Asian carp is kind of taken over in our area. So we'll fish this for a little while, and then we'll go hit the river and see if we can do any good there. So, alright, I guess I'll throw this worm on this crappie jig. Toss it out there. It's a little windy. This is pretty light. Hopefully I can get a decent enough cast on it. Not a real big fan of these open face reels, but you do seem to be able to cast them a bit easier, especially like when it's windy. So, I foresee me catching bluegills with this, but catching fish is catching fish. It really doesn't matter. I'd like to get a few crappie. Never caught crappie, never eaten crappie. I hear it's delicious. So if we catch a couple of crappie, maybe we'll do a catch and cook. I should have brought a towel. Pants legs it is. Well, like I said in my last video, none of my videos are instructional how-tos. I just kind of wing it. I just fish for fun. I don't claim to know anything any more than anybody else. It's relaxing. If you catch a fish, great. If you don't, you get to sit back and relax and throw a line in the water and forget about all your day-to-day adulting, as I call it. Alright, we're gonna head back to the truck. We're gonna grab this smaller catfish rod. I think I'm gonna throw the catfish rod out. Probably put a little bell on it or something so I can hear if something hits it, and then maybe walk up and down the bank a little bit. I threw the wacky rig out and nothing bit on it at all. It was just kind of surprising. I figured something might nibble on that. A couple other guys showed up to fish, and they were saying that haven't really been doing too good here, so I don't know if they're not stocking it like they normally do or what. But this is a public lake, obviously. It's not like a natural river or anything like that. So let me grab my catfish pole, get it baited up and get it thrown out there. Okay, I had to turn the camera off for a second. There's a lady up here that may or may not have wanted to be on video, so I didn't want to just assume and continue the video. Alright, so I got my catfish rod, my other 3 rods. I'll walk down here and try to get out of the wind a little bit. Toss this catfish pole out. At least see if it gets a nibble. And then continue to throw out maybe the swim jig. I'm not going to stay here real long. If I don't get any bites, probably 15-20 minutes moving around. There's a couple other lakes pretty close, and like I said, the river is not far from here, so hopefully we'll get some footage of catching something. I'm not really looking to catch anything in particular. So, alright, if we get hooked up, I'll bring you back. Okay everybody, we're back. Moved to a different spot. The other spot we weren't getting any bites, and it was getting kind of crowded. So I come to this spot that I used to fish when I was younger with my dad. Haven't been here in a while. It's kind of like a little cove off of the river. caught a few catfish before. As you can see, I got my catfish rod out already, and over here on this edge I'll throw a lure out. I've never really tried to fish for anything other than catfish out here, so I'm gonna get everything set up and give it a dangle, and if we start getting any bites or any action, I'll bring you back.